Hi guys, and welcome to this pick a card tarot reading where we're going to be getting an important message for you about this upcoming semester, what you most need to know, hear, or understand as you move into this new chapter. We'll take a look at what is in store for you this semester in terms of academics, relationship, general personal life, work, and again, just see what message is coming through for you in terms of what you most need to know as you move into this next semester, whether you are in high school, college, graduate school, wherever you may be in your studies. This video may have an important message for you. Do understand that this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate probably 100%. If something doesn't stick or doesn't feel right for you, that's totally fine. Just let it go and accept what does resonate. I'm really excited to connect with you in this video, but really quickly before we get into the reading, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Hannah, and I post pick a card readings a few times a week on my channel. I've been a little bit MIA in the month of August. I haven't been feeling well recently, and I also have some exciting life changes coming up that are exciting, but also a little bit stressful, so I've been a little bit busy. With that being said, I've missed you guys so much, and I actually have a schedule for the first time in a long time. I have planned out what I want to do, when I'm going to do it, so I'm excited to be more consistent moving forward. And like I said, I've missed you guys, so I would love to do a little private reading giveaway. I love doing these sometimes. So I'm going to be giving away 2 private readings, 2 question readings. You can comment anything on this video. You can comment a hate comment, although please don't do that because my Scorpio, Aries, Leo self was honestly too sensitive for that. But you can comment anything, and a week from the day that I upload it, I will pick 2 people and I'll message you, and you can send me your questions and we'll do a little reading. Like I said, I've missed you guys a lot, and I'm looking forward to reconnecting with you more, posting more consistently, and hopefully connecting with you a little bit more deeply moving forward. I do offer private readings. That information is on my website, blatherby.com. I'll link it down below. And yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to say. So let's go ahead and jump into the pile selection. Again, the question is, what do you need to know about this upcoming semester? What's coming up for you? What do you need to know, need to hear, need to understand? Just what message is coming through for you about this semester. I put my Spotify playlist on shuffle and let random songs come through and got a song for each pile, and I got channeled messages for each pile while I was listening to that song. So while I'm shuffling for each pile, I will share those channel messages with you. I'll also share with you the songs that came through for each pile if that's helpful. If you're not really feeling drawn to any of these decks or these crystals, maybe the song will have some kind of resonance for you. If you don't like the song, that's totally fine. You can leave it behind. You don't have to choose based off of that, but you can add it in if you're interested, or you can ignore it if you're not. I'll also link all of the songs in the description box if you want to listen to them, if you're interested. But again, if you're not, just totally leave it. Okay, so pile number 1 is on the left. This is the Apparition Tarot, and this is a little jasper stalactite eye. It's kind of druzy, kind of sparkly. I'm really into sparkly crystals right now. This is pile number 1, and the song that came through for pile 1 was Big Dipper by Built to Spill. So again, I'll link those in the description box if you want to listen to them. Again, not required, obviously, but you can if you want to. Pile number 2 is in the middle. This is a stunning druzy amethyst with the OK Tarot. And the song that came through for pile 2 was Hotline Bling by Drake. I feel ancient saying this, not really, but when I was a freshman in college, that song came out. And do you guys ever have those memories that are not important, like they do not mean anything, but for some reason they just stick out so much in your mind? And when that song came out, I went to a really small liberal arts college, and we only had one dining hall. The day that song came out, I kid you not, a bunch of people in the dining hall were just playing the song out loud, but it was all at different points. So it was like just a bunch of Hotline Bling reverberating throughout the dining hall. And for some reason, that is just always stuck in my mind, is the day that Hotline Bling came out. But that was such a semester. If anyone else remembers 2015, like that song, honestly, like there were some good parties that year. Okay, but that was pile number 2. Pile number 3 is on the right. This is the Tarot de Carlotydes, and this is a cathedral lightbrary quartz. Cathedral quartzes, I don't know if you can see super well on the camera, but they have these little points that go around the crystal, kind of like little cathedrals. And again, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is a Lemurian crystal, so it has a bunch of etchings on it. I don't think it's showing up well, but it's just a special little crystal. This is pile 3, and the song that came through for pile 3 was On te l'avait dit by Voila. That is a French song, and I used to listen to that when I was in college all the time when I was studying for exams. Okay, so those are the piles to choose from. Again, we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'll put all of the timestamps in the description box down below so you can easily jump to the pile that is calling to you. Keep in mind that multiple piles may call to you, and that's totally fine. Once you've made your selection, feel free as well to pause the video if you need some more time to choose. Once you have decided, go ahead and go down to the description box for the pinned comment down below, jump to the video, or jump to the pile that's calling to you, and I will see you at the timestamp. Hi guys, and welcome to pile number 1. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 1 or the jasper celestite crystal with the apparition tarot, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's see what message is coming through for you about this semester, what you need to know, what you need to hear, and what is coming up for you this upcoming semester. Congratulations on starting this new chapter. That's so exciting. And let's go ahead and see what's coming through for you. Again, just as a reminder, I do offer private readings if you're interested. Again, you can see my website for more information. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what's coming through for you. For pile number 1, we invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 1. We invite these energies to please communicate with comfort and ease for the highest and greatest good of all in the most effective and concise way possible so that we can get the most accurate and helpful reading for everyone that chose pile 1 that we can. Again, the question that we are asking is, what does pile 1 most need to know or need to hear about this upcoming semester? What's coming up in this semester for pile 1 in terms of romantic stuff, relationships, work stuff, academics? What does pile 1 need to know, need to hear about this upcoming semester? Okay, so like I said, while I shuffle, I'm going to share with you the channeled messages that came through while I was listening to the song that came through for your pile. The very first thing that came through is that for the people that picked pile 1, I feel like you might have, when you were a child or in childhood, you may have had pretty strong intuitive abilities or pretty strong psychic abilities. You may have kind of forgotten about that, or over time you may have kind of lost that connection. You may have developed some fear around that. You may have seen something scary or had something scary kind of happen. But I feel like right now those they're not really old, but those childhood intuitive abilities are kind of coming back. In general, one of the things that is coming through very strongly, or one of the things that came through very strongly while I was listening to that song, is that you guys have the potential to really, really grow spiritually this semester. There's obviously, of course, other things coming through as well. But one thing that's coming through is that this semester there's the potential for a lot of spiritual growth, and there's the potential for you to really develop your intuitive and spiritual abilities. Because one thing that's coming through is that for almost, I would say probably 99% of the people that pick this pile, you have an intuitive, empathic ability, and that is really coming back online for you right now. You are really getting connected back into your gifts, and this semester, if you're interested, you can make a lot of progress in that area. Again, you guys are very intuitive people, you have a very strong connection into the other side, and you guys also have a very large spirit team. And one thing that came through very strongly as well while I was getting channel messages for you is that your guides would love to develop a stronger connection with you. They would love for you especially to develop some kind of consistent practice, whether that be journaling or meditation or pulling cards, but your guides would love for you to connect with them in a deeper way if you're open or interested to that. One thing that came through as well is that I saw you guys potentially having a fall romance. I don't see this being like super serious, at least at first. I feel like it's more just something fun for you to kind of like distract you in a way almost. But I feel like I just saw you talking to someone in your classes. It's someone that you found super cute, a very flirty, fun thing, someone that you find very attractive. And I felt like you either, like, I don't think you know this person super well. I think that you may have had, like, you may know them peripherally through classes, through maybe an organization. Again, keep in mind, this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate 100% with everyone. But I do see the opportunity to have a little fling in the fall with someone that you find super attractive, someone that you don't know super well, but someone that you've been aware of for quite some time, which is cool. One thing that is coming through as well is that this semester you're going to be given the opportunity to heal childhood triggers, and that as you heal those childhood triggers, that is going to lead to joy, abundance, and love. Like I said, I do think that there's kind of a big emphasis on your childhood in general, especially in terms of like the intuitive abilities. And connecting in with your childhood may be really supportive in this time, whether that is watching shows or movies or reading books or listening to music that you really enjoyed as a kid, going back to your hometown, connecting with a childhood friend. Again, it's going to be different for each person, but connecting in with your childhood in some way this semester may be something that is really supportive for you and may lead to a lot of healing for you. Let me just show you the cards that came out next. Let's see if this will stay up. Sometimes they don't want to stay up. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Cups. We also have the Knight of Wands in reverse. And we have the Page of Wands. Let me make sure you can see that. Okay, you can actually see those cards, so that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and clarify these. One thing that came through as well in the channel messages is that some things that you thought that you were done with may be coming back for a visit, and that might be a little bit frustrating because there are some things where you're like, oh, I thought that I healed that, I thought I was done with that person, I thought I was done with that, like why is it coming back? The message that came through is that it's not permanent. It's not coming back permanently. You're not doing anything wrong. This is not a punishment. And it's also not coming back as an opportunity for you to go back to the past, because that's not something that is helpful or supportive for you. The message that came through is it's coming, like this thing that you thought that you were done with, this thing that you thought that you closed and you're finished with, it's coming back to show you how far you've come. So it's not coming back to encourage you to go back to the past, to encourage you to go back to old ways, but instead to give you a deeper appreciation for all the work that you've done and how far you've come. One thing that was coming through as well is that this semester I'm seeing increased responsibility for you. There's the potential, again, for you to really increase your spiritual power, for you to really have a lot of spiritual growth. And one thing that was coming through as well is that those of you that pick this pile may have a special affinity for astrology. That may be something that comes through really easily for you, or your guides are just kind of calling you to learn more about astrology. But I feel like those of you that pick this pile have a special gift or affinity for astrology. And again, this semester you may have the opportunity to study a little bit more deeply, maybe to start doing readings if that's something you're interested in, or just to kind of develop your practice a little bit more. And you may also find that developing an astrology practice for yourself may be something that's really helpful and healing for you as well. So again, we're just going to clarify, we'll just clarify these cards, and then we'll jump into the messages that are coming through from the tarot cards. So why is the Queen of Cups in this reading? How does that help us understand? Ooh, why is the Ten of Cups in this reading? Wow, you guys, stop it. Stop it. Okay, why is the Knight of Wands in reverse? Why is the Knight of Wands in reverse? I'll show you the cards in 1 second. I'm such a Scorpio. I'm like withholding the tea. Okay, final one. Why is the Page of Wands in this reading? Wow. Okay, so let me show you the cards. I'll stop being annoying. The bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups in reverse. Clarifying the Queen of Wands, we have the Knight of Wands. Clarifying the Ten of Wands, or Ten of Cups, sorry. Am I saying Wands? What is wrong with me today? We have Queen of Cups, clarifying that. We have the Knight of Cups, clarifying the Ten of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups, like, are you kidding? Clarifying the Knight of Wands, we have the Death card, and clarifying the Page of Wands, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Oh my gosh, if that had fallen down, I would have lost my mind. It did kind of fall down a little bit. Okay, that's fine. We'll accept that. And I'm just going to grab a couple of cards for you from this deck. This is the Celestial Bodies Oracle, if you're interested. And I'm just going to pull a couple cards from here and again, just see what areas are going to be a focus for you this semester, and then we'll go ahead and jump into the reading. What areas are going to be areas of focus for everyone that chose pile 1 this semester? We have sextile, trine, wow, Aquarius, and Leo. Dang. Okay, I'll show you these cards and then we'll jump into it. Sextile, trine, Aquarius, and Leo. Okay, so pile 1, again, I really feel like relationships are going to be a highlight for you this semester. We have the Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Cups, and the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay. One thing that is coming through very strongly is that there are a lot of eyes on you, especially romantically. There are a lot of people that are interested in getting to know you, a lot of people that are going to be coming out of the woodwork and coming forward and making a move on you. One thing that is coming through is that a lot of the people that are coming through are not coming through for commitment. They're not coming through, looking for something long-term in this moment. They're coming through as more of like a friends with benefits type situation. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's just one thing that it's important for you to understand is that there are a lot of people that have their eye on you, but a lot of these people are moving towards you with intentions of more of a short-term thing. Like, these people aren't coming to you with intentions of like marriage, for example. But you have a lot of people's eyes on you and you're going to have a lot of options. I feel like you're going to have 2 options in particular. We have the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands, and we have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So I'm seeing 2, even 4 for some of you, but especially 2. For some of you, it could be even more than 4 like main options, but for most of you, I'm seeing 2 main options. This could be a fire sign and a water sign: Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. For some of you as well, again, keep in mind this is a general reading, but for some of you, one of these people is an ex. Like, one of the people that you're going to have an opportunity to have a relationship with is an ex, someone that you had seen previously. This semester seems to be going really, really well for you. With the sextile and the trine, it's going to be, like, those are the 2 easy aspects in astrology. Although we do have an opposition here with Aquarius and Leo. Sorry, I did not mean to hit the tripod. One thing that's coming through is that relationships are highlighted. And I do feel like the person that you end up connecting with, or the person that you may like the most, there may be something that's very different about this person. Like, you and this person may have you might have very different backgrounds, or you may have very different interests. You may be on 2 completely different sides of a spectrum. Like, there's something very different about you, but that's also what's attractive about them. You know what I mean? It's like there's just this, you're very different, and there's an attraction there, but there's also this kind of distance in a way that can be a little bit challenging at times. And again, one thing that is coming through is that One thing that's coming up this semester for you is the opportunity to heal childhood triggers. I do feel like for some of you that picked this pile, with the Page of Cups in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse, it feels like some of you have some repressed emotions from a difficult past experience, and that is very normal. I would say most people on the planet have at least some repressed emotions, whether it be grief, anger, sadness, frustration, whatever it may be, and it feels like you have turned off your emotions in certain aspects as a response to certain patterns that were painful or difficult that began in childhood. And again, this is not meant to make you feel bad or meant to judge you in any way, shape, or form. Your guides just want to bring that up because they want you to understand that there's nothing wrong with emotions. Emotions are not your enemy. Emotions are not evil. Emotions are not out to get you. Emotions are just pieces of information. And you guys are such intuitive people. And the way that intuitive people are, one thing that I've noticed, the more that I study intuition, the more that I, try to develop my own intuition, is that it's a lot easier to connect into that when you're connected into your emotions. And if you are denying certain emotions, even the painful ones, if you're denying certain experiences, it's going to be a lot harder to really tap into the full power of your intuition and the full power of your capabilities. So one thing that is coming up is that as you improve your spiritual abilities, as you improve your intuitive abilities, you may find that there's some difficult things coming up for healing. One thing that's coming through as well is that when this comes up, again, it's not coming up as a punishment, and it's not coming up to make you feel like, oh my God, I thought that I finished this. I thought I was done with this. Why am I still having to deal with this? It's coming up so that you can close that chapter for good and start something new, fresh, and different. Because one thing that is coming through is that for those of you that pick this pile, and this is, I can already see the comments of oh my God, you're calling me out. And it's not meant to make you feel bad. It's not meant to make you feel judged in any way, shape, or form. But your guides do want you to know that one opportunity, one gift that is being given to you right now is the opportunity to heal some emotional issues and to start letting walls down, to start really dealing with emotional things, to heal perhaps trust issues, abandonment issues, vulnerability issues. That's something that you're being given the opportunity to heal right now. And again, one thing that your guides are emphasizing as well is that like attracts like. You guys do have some emotional blocks is what's coming through. Again, that is very, very normal. It is very, I cannot think of a single person I know that doesn't have at least one emotional block in some area. Do you know what I mean? Unless they've done a lot of spiritual work, or a lot of self-work, a lot of therapy. It's just very common. So this is not meant to make you feel bad, but you guys do have some blocks that are preventing you from opening up fully emotionally to someone else. And until you really get to the bottom of that, get to the root of that, you may find that you attract people that also have some difficulty opening up or have some trouble with their emotions, basically. And again, that's not meant to make you, the message is coming, it's not that message is coming through so that you don't think that there's something wrong with you, that you don't think that people only come to you for sex or people are only interested in something casual. That's not the case. You are an incredibly attractive person. You have so many eyes on you. I don't think you even realize how many people are just waiting for the chance to talk to you, waiting for the chance to get close to you. And I think that things are going to start to really shift and change for you, especially the more that you tap into your emotions. But again, your guides want you to understand that there's not something wrong with you. You're not going to end up being something casual forever. The part of the reason why you may find yourself in those situations is because there are some blocks that you have. And as you heal them and work through them, the good news is that you're not going to attract people that are in that energy anymore if you don't want that, if you're not into that kind of thing. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're looking for something different, as you heal those blocks, you're going to find different people coming towards you. This semester, again, I'm really seeing you guys in your element. Again, I'm seeing a lot of luck, a lot of opportunities. Things just come to you really easily. You apply for a scholarship and boom, it's done. It's easy. You apply for a job, it's easy. There's just a lot of things coming to you this semester. And again, I'm really seeing you come into your own identity, feel more confident in yourself, feel just you're recognizing how intelligent you are, how capable you are, how talented you are, how beautiful you are, how creative you are. You're really recognizing that and really tapping into your full potential. And a lot of that is coming from you tapping into your emotions and really connecting in with yourself on a deeper level like that. Again, having some kind of a consistent spiritual practice, whatever resonates with you is going to be really helpful for you. It doesn't have to be long. You could maybe meditate for 3 minutes every other day, or you could journal for a little while every other day, or you could pull cards for yourself, or whatever it is that resonates with you, whatever spiritual practice is calling to you right now, setting something consistent. Again, even if it's not for a very long time, because I would when I was in school, I was super busy all the time. It doesn't have to be very long, but doing something consistently is going to be really beneficial for you, and it's really going to pay off in the end. One thing that's coming through as well is that this semester you have the opportunity to make miracles happen. Go after the unexpected. This is so corny, but one thing that's coming through is shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars. You're not even gonna you're gonna land on the moon. You're not even gonna land among the stars. Anything that you could think of, walking into a party, seeing the hottest person there, going up to them, they are into it. You apply for an internship that you think that you're not at all qualified for, and you get an interview, things like that. This semester, you're just going to find that things work out in your favor in strange, unexpected ways. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there, to try something new, try something different. That's one thing that's really coming through is this semester is giving you the opportunity to make different choices, to bring what it is that you're looking for to you. Again, if you see someone and you're I want to be friends with them, reach out. Maybe you don't have to do that if you're not comfortable with it, but you get what I'm saying. Things are just going to work out in your favor, and your guides are saying don't let something pass you by. Don't let an opportunity slip by because you think that it's not going to work out for you, because you're going to be really unexpected. You're going to be unexpected. You're going to be surprised by the gifts, blessings, and abundance that comes in for you, and the things that work out that you maybe don't expect them to. You know what I mean? And again, relationships, smooth, not necessarily, I don't know if I'd say smooth sailing because you have options or people coming through, but you have a lot of eyes on you. I don't see you being very bored. I don't see you, I'm definitely seeing you communicate with a lot of people this semester. Not just romances or not just people people that you're hooking up with, but also friends. You're just you're the center of attention right now. I'm also seeing this semester is again this feels like more of a personal growth semester in terms of what's being highlighted, and also it feels like a relationship semester in terms of what's being highlighted. But I do see it with the Aquarius card. I do feel like this is a good semester for you academically. It feels like that's not really the focus of this semester for you. And so I there's nothing coming through in terms of negative stuff about academics. I think that you are doing well. You are, doing what you need to do. You may have the opportunity to unleash some creativity this semester, and that may be really helpful. If you don't have that opportunity, if you're not taking any classes that give you the chance to be creative, doing something creative on your own, again, may be really helpful and supportive for you, whether it be drawing, painting, the guitar, whatever you like to do, doing something creative may be really helpful for you. But I think that you're doing well this semester. You're staying up to date with everything, and it seems like the main focus is relationships and also personal growth, spiritual growth, getting to know yourself, and healing some childhood triggers and closing certain karmic chapters for good and moving in a new direction. And again, unexpected things working out, unexpected luck, unexpected money, unexpected offers, really beautiful things coming in for you this semester. So that's what I'm seeing for everyone that chose pile number 1. I hope that was helpful or provided some clarity or insight. If it did resonate, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Again, if you're interested in a private reading, my website is linked down below. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 2 or the OK Tarot with the Druzy Amethyst Stone and the song Hotline Bling by Drake, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's go ahead and see what message is coming through for you in terms of this semester and what you need to know about it. So like I said, I got some channel messages for you and I'm going to share that with you while I'm shuffling. But first, we are just going to connect in. So for pile 2, we invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 2. We invite these energies to please do that in the most effective and concise way possible with comfort and ease for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the most accurate and helpful reading for everyone that chose pile 2 that we can. And again, we are asking what pile 2 needs to know, needs to hear, needs to understand about this upcoming semester. What message is coming through for pile number 2? Okay, so while I'm shuffling, I'm going to share with you the channel messages that came through for you. The very first thing is that I feel like some of you that picked this pile, and again, keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate, and that's fine. But I do think that some of you who picked this pile, you have a toxic ex, is kind of what's coming through. And it feels like this semester, you are healing. You are healing from that. I do think that this semester, you may be revisited by something or someone from the past that isn't necessarily in your best or highest good to pursue again. So I do think that you may hear from, for example, a toxic ex, or maybe for some of you it's not an ex, maybe it's a toxic friend from the past, or maybe there's a toxic habit that you have that you've kind of released, but it kind of comes back for a visit. And one thing that's coming through is that this person, this situation, it's not necessarily coming back because it's meant for you. It's coming back to show you how far you've come since you were with that person, or since you were connected to that person, or since you were actively involved with that thing. It's showing you how far you've come. It's not necessarily coming back as an invitation to go back to the past, because again, for some of you, this is a toxic person or a toxic connection. And what I mean by that is that this person is harming you in some way, or their actions are leading to a situation or relationship that is not fair for you, and they are not willing to be aware, look at themselves, and do the work that they need to do to offer you the kind of connection that you deserve. So one thing that was coming through as well, one thing that was coming through as well is that whatever this thing is, whether it's a person, again, for a lot of you, this feels like a person, whether it's an ex or a friend, whatever it is for you. Again, feel free to kind of move things around a little bit to make it fit your situation. It feels like there may be a lot of people involved. It just feels like there's drama. Like, I feel like if there's an ex involved, then like maybe their friends are telling them certain things that are not helpful or whatever. I just feel like I just see like some drama involved with that. Don't, like, it is like beneath you is kind of the message that's coming through. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to stress about it. If there's drama, people are worried or people are stressed, like, that's their problem. You don't need to worry about it, you know? Mind your business. Do what you're doing. Focus on yourself and just let the rest go. If there's drama, again, it's like, it's not your problem. Focus on yourself. You're thriving. People are jealous. It is what it is. One thing that was coming through is that there's going to be a lot of fun parties for you this semester. I'm seeing you have a lot of fun. I'm seeing you spending time with friends, with people that you love, and just having a good time. One message that was coming through is it would be a good idea to make sure that you're not going overboard. Of course, like, once in a while, it's totally fine, not the end of the world. But if you're doing it all the time, especially if you're doing it all the time as a reaction to a relationship or a painful situation, then that's not helpful for you. So that's just one thing that's coming through, is that there is going to be a lot of opportunities to have a lot of fun this semester, which is super cool and something to look forward to. But at the same time, just make sure that you are staying on top of deadlines and just not going overboard, I guess, is kind of the message that came through. And everyone's limits are different. You know yourself, you know what works for you, but just make sure that you are, again, staying on top of deadlines and things like that. One thing that was coming through as well, one thing that was coming through very strongly for some of you is like a toxic connection. And it feels like, or the message that was coming through is that this person has issues that they need to heal on their own. So you mean a lot more to this person than they may let on, or than they may say. I'm just going to show you the cards that have come through so far, and then I'll finish giving you that message. The very first card that came out was the Temperance card in reverse. We have the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. I'm going to go ahead and clarify. Oops, oh no, you can't really see the cards very well. Okay, let me clarify, and then I'll kind of adjust the ring light and see what I can do. In that front, I'm not very good with technology, to be honest, but I'll see what I can do. I'm just going to clarify, so I'm just going to pull one card to help us understand the message that each of these cards is giving us about your semester. But as I was saying, this person has issues that they need to heal on their own before the two of you can really move forward in a meaningful way. And you mean more to this person than they let on. So for example, if this was an ex, like, you mean more to them than just sex. You mean more to them than something casual. If this was a friend, you mean more to them than they may be letting on. This person misses you. They miss your connection. At the same time, they have blocks to intimacy. Like, they have a lot of defenses up. They have walls up. They have blocks. They have blocks. They have emotional blocks. They have blocks to intimacy, and that's not your fault. That's not your problem. And it's hard for them to open up and be vulnerable. And it's like that with anybody. It's not just you. It's like, you know, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the type of connection that you had. It's not that you weren't good enough. It's not that there's something wrong with you and that's why this person didn't give you the kind of connection that you were looking for. It's really just because this person has blocks to opening up, to being vulnerable. And this person also has commitment issues, is one thing that's coming through. This is also the kind of person that they can do whatever they want. You know, they're like, I can do whatever I want. I can see other people. I can talk to other people. It's not a big deal. But if you did anything, this person would flip out. Or if this was a friend thing, like, if, like, you could do the smallest thing to them and they would be like, oh my, like, this would be the kind of person, this, like, this, again, not saying that this happened to you, but this kind of energy feels to me like the kind of person that would Venmo request you for like 27 cents. You know what I mean? But then they could like spill an entire bottle of wine on your carpet and expect to not pay you back. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of energy that this person is in, or that's the kind of energy that was coming through. It's like they can do whatever they want. They can treat you however they want to treat you. But the second that you want to stand up for yourself, or if you want to see other people, they flip out. It's like it's not okay with them. Right now, you're really being encouraged to focus on yourself. You are doing amazing things without them. You have been doing amazing things, and you're going to continue doing amazing things. And the best thing that you can do for yourself right now is just to keep it up, to focus on yourself, focus on what you're doing, and to disconnect as much as possible with love and gratitude for the place that this connection once held in your life, but also choosing to move forward. One thing that was coming through as well is that it's possible for the two of you to reconnect and to try again to have another relationship in the future, but only after they've done some self-work. Because right now they're, again, kind of in this energy that is not super helpful or not super supportive for you. Right now they're staying stuck, and prosperity, it's calling for you. Prosperity is on the line. And your guides are saying, don't let it go unanswered. Don't turn down opportunities for growth, for abundance, for money, for career, for moving forward because of this person. I've been there. I am a Scorpio. And right now I have, you guys, my progress chart right now for anyone that's into astrology, it is the worst thing. It's like if I could make a nightmare progress chart, my current progress chart would be that nightmare chart. I have a progress 29 degree Scorpio Venus conjunct Pluto in the third house, all conjunct the IC. Like, it is not a fun time right now. And I know what it can be like to obsessively think about someone and what they've done and how they treated you, or obsessively wonder what's gonna happen. Are you gonna get back together? What's gonna happen? And I also know that slows me down so much. And one thing that was coming through really strongly for you guys is that this semester you have a ton of opportunities, especially related to prosperity, especially related to academics, especially related to your studies and career. And the more that you focus on this toxic stuff, this drama, the stuff that doesn't really matter in the long run, the harder it's going to be to fully tap into the benefits of that. And you guys have a ton of opportunities in that realm, and your guides are really encouraging you not to pass that up because of this situation. And that's not to make anyone feel bad. Like I said, I have been there, so sometimes you can't really help it, or you don't have the tools to help yourself move out of that kind of energy. So if you find yourself there sometimes, don't feel bad about it. Don't get down on yourself, but just recognize that that's not a helpful place to stay, and it's a better energy for you to be focused on yourself, on your bag, on your coin, than it is to be focused on that person and the way that they disappointed you, or whatever the case may be. So I'm just going to grab one more card to clarify the Two of Wands. And I'm going to grab stuff from one more deck, and then we'll move into the reading. So why is the Two of Wands in this reading? How does that help us understand the message that's coming through? For pile 2, we have the Knight of Swords. The bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands in reverse. Here's the card. It's just 9 wands. And I'm just going to grab a couple cards for you from the Celestial Bodies Oracle. Again, just asking what areas are going to be focuses for you, or what's coming up as the main focus for you this semester for everyone that chose pile 2. What is coming up as a main focus for you this semester, pile 2? We have mutable, Libra, 7, wow. And let's get one more, conjunction, wow. Okay. So let me just show you these, and then I will fix the lighting and we'll get into the reading. So we have mutable, Libra, 7, and conjunction. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna turn the brightness down on this ring light. You can still, let's see if I just turn it off. Can you see ooh, that's not turning it off. Okay, I think I'll just leave it like that. for this reading. That way you can see the cards. Hopefully it's relaxing and not annoying. But let me take a look and see what is coming through for you guys. Pile number 2 for this semester. Okay, so again, one thing that is jumping out to me with the Temperance card in reverse and the 8 of Cups is that it might be possible for you to go overboard sometimes because of pain that you're holding on to from the past, whether that be a past connection, a past person, or a past situation that was painful. With the Temperance card in reverse, I do see you kind of going overboard at times. Again, this is a general reading, so things are not going to resonate 100%, but some of you may, again, like spend a little bit too much time partying, spend too much time with friends, Maybe you're a workaholic and you spend too much time focusing on work instead of focusing on yourself. But one message that's coming through is to just watch out and make sure that you're not going overboard in certain areas. Again, this semester, there's going to be so many opportunities for you to really tap into your power and tap into your power in terms of your career and tap into like academic knowledge. It feels like, this sounds like kind of a weird thing to say, but it feels like you guys are on the brink of understanding something really important. Again, it's going to be different for each person, but it feels like you guys are on the brink of understanding like what you want to do with your life, how you want to best use your talents, best use your energy, understanding like a key thing about yourself, your purpose, what you want to do here. It feels like you are so close to understanding it, but you haven't quite got there. And so one thing that I do see this semester being really helpful for you is that it's giving you more information and helping you like fully come into that knowledge of what it is that you want to do, what excites you, what your path is, what your purpose is. I see you really kind of learning more about that and coming into some really important some really important insight about yourself and what you want to do moving forward. One thing that's coming through is that it's going to be best to be flexible as much as possible this semester. I do think that's going to be kind of a collective thing. I think that a lot of us are feeling that right now, as we may have expected things to be a little bit different on the COVID front, for example. One message that is coming through is that it's going to be really helpful for you the more flexible that you can be, because things are not coming up as a punishment. They're just, it's like just going with the flow. It's the easiest energy to be in at this point in time. And again, relationships are really highlighted this semester. I'm seeing that there's going to be the opportunity for a lot of healing in that area. And one thing that I'm seeing as well is that there is this strong potential for a relationship. We have the 2 of Wands, conjunction, Knight of Swords, Page of Swords in reverse, the 8 of Wands. Dang. Okay, so one thing that's coming through is that this person or you may have significant air placements. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We have Libra here as well. I feel like, okay, so it's going to be different for everyone. Keep that in mind. I feel like for some of you, this is a new person, and for some of you, this is your ex. I feel like this relationship is going to move really quickly. There's a lot of attraction between the 2 of you. Regardless of who it is, like I'm seeing this relationship move really, really quickly. I'm seeing that the 2 of you are very strongly attracted to each other, and I'm seeing that your feelings are going to be very much mirrored by the other person throughout the relationship. So how you feel about them, it's going to be very strongly mirrored by them. And I feel like you guys are going to communicate a lot, and you're going to communicate really well. Like this is the kind of person where you're like, you can just talk to them for 7 hours at a time and you don't even realize how much time has passed. You're like, oh my God, that was so much fun. Like, when can we do that again? Like, that's the kind of energy of this. One thing that's coming through is that you guys are not it feels like both of you are right now not super balanced, with the High Priestess in reverse, the 9 of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Swords. I do feel like each of you, again, one thing that's coming through for you is that it feels like you're on the brink of understanding something about yourself. And I feel like the person that you're going to be interacting with is also on the brink of understanding something. It's like right now you don't fully understand yourself. You're not fully aware of every aspect of yourself, and neither is this person. Both of you have walls up a little bit. Both of you have some habits or thought patterns that are a little bit self-sabotaging or not helpful or supportive when it comes to relationships. And because of that, I do think that communication may be a little bit of an issue in your connection. Weirdly enough, it's like you guys talk about anything and you have this great connection. You can talk so much, but it's difficult for one or both of you to talk about emotions. It's hard for you to get into like the nitty-gritty on that front. Like talking about like anything else. You guys could talk about like 18th century, I don't know, like, you could like random things like that, but emotions are kind of hard for you to talk about, or they're hard for one person to talk about. And so that is going to be a little bit of an issue in this connection with a Temperance card in reverse as well. And we have a knight and a page, but one is reversed, one is upright, and one is a page, one is a knight. Pages are the youngest in the court cards. Knights are a little bit more advanced. I'm just seeing this as like you guys not necessarily being on the same page, and also both of you being a little bit unbalanced, and that affecting the relationship. So there's going to be a very, very strong attraction between the two of you. You are both going to feel it almost instantly. And I think that things are going to move really quickly between the two of you. However, both of you have walls up, and it feels like both of you can be quite independent at times. Both of you can be a little bit stubborn at times. And again, you're both equal, like you're both not balanced individually, and when you come together, you're also not balanced. So that's one thing to be aware of. The more work that you do on balancing and centering yourself, A, it's just going to be helpful for you in general, and B, it's going to help you move this relationship forward, because both of you are a little bit unbalanced, and the more work that you do, the more this person is going to be doing the work and getting more in balance, and the easier the connection is going to be between the two of you. Again, for this connection to really move forward, the connection that you're going to be having this semester, one message that's coming through is that it is really important for you to tap into your emotions, even the ones that you maybe don't like. Like none of us love depression or anger. Like some of us might like anger, but like some emotions have a bad rap. And one thing that your guides want you to understand is that emotions aren't bad. They're just giving you pieces of information. And the more that you tap into your emotions, the more that you understand yourself on that level, and the more that you're willing to open up and be vulnerable and share your emotions with other people and have that kind of connection, the more that you're going to find yourself in really beautiful, mutually satisfying relationships. Because one thing that's coming through is that you guys are meant to have a relationship. You guys are learning a lot of your spiritual lessons through relationships, and you're meant to have a really beautiful, supportive, just beautiful type of connection. And it feels like right now there are some blocks preventing you from doing that, but you are quickly moving into a cycle where you're going to be working through those blocks and releasing them. And again, that's why it's really important as you move forward this semester, if this resonates with you, when you notice certain things coming up from the past, like when you notice yourself maybe feeling triggered and remembering a difficult past relationship or something that happened in childhood, doing the work and releasing it is going to be really, really helpful for you. It's going to help you balance your energy. It's going to help you know yourself better. And it's also going to help you bring in and attract the people, relationships, opportunities that are meant for you and that are in alignment with your soul purpose. Because again, one thing I really see for you this semester is you figuring out what you want to do, who you are, how you want to do things, and figuring out what you feel like your purpose is for this point in your life and how you want to go about things. And the more that you get into balance and the more that you align your chakras, you align your energy centers, you balance your energy, however you want to think about it, the easier it's going to be for you to pursue that path. The more that you're going to find that opportunities just fall in your lap and you start connecting with people that really resonate with you on a soul connection, on a soul level, and you find relationships that are supportive and where you're mutually attracted to each other and you mutually are really excited about where things are going. And this semester is going to be showing you where some of those areas are that you can give your past self some healing, do some past healing, again, do some inner child work if that resonates with you, and close certain karmic chapters that are no longer serving you once and for all and move into something that is really beautiful. Like one message that's coming through is that this is a semester of alchemy for you. It's transforming negative, painful things into wisdom and knowledge and purpose, like your life purpose is kind of what's coming through. So I'm seeing this semester is going to go by really quickly for you. I'm seeing that you're going to be busy. There's going to be a lot of things going on. Again, relationships are a big key here, or big key. They're like a big focus of this semester. Again, I'm also seeing you closing certain cycles from the past. That's a big thing. I'm seeing that you're going to be really busy. I think that you're going to be involved in a lot of different things. You have these relationships going on. I'm also seeing you have a very full social calendar. I'm seeing you go out and spend time with people, having a good time. Again, you may overdo it sometimes. Like I said, once in a while, it's totally fine to just like go crazy, but your guides are saying that just watch how many times that happens, if that makes sense. But that you deserve to have fun. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to see your friends. It's okay to do things that you love and spend time doing things that you enjoy. That's important, but just like don't go overboard with it. And again, one thing that's coming through is that this relationship that is coming through, it's going to be super passionate. There's going to be very strong feelings on both sides. It's going to move very quickly, but you both have walls up and you both can be very independent, which is not a bad thing by any means, but you guys both have, like, I'm just really drawn to the shield. You both like have walls up. You both have a guard up. You both are going to feel very strongly attracted to the other person. You're going to want to move this connection forward. At the same time, you're going to have a wall up, and where this connection is going to actually go, how it's going to actually end up, is going to depend on both of your abilities to work on putting those walls down and getting in balance, getting in touch with your purpose, getting in touch with your higher self, connecting in with yourself like that. The more work that you do on yourself, again, because you guys are energetically linked, that's coming through very strongly with the High Priestess, Temperance, and the Two of Wands, and Conjunction, and Libra. You guys are very much linked, and so the more work that you do on yourself, the more it's going to encourage them to do work on themselves, and the more that it's going to pave the way for this relationship to move forward comfortably and in the way that you might want it to. So that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose pile number 2. I hope that was helpful. Or provided clarity or insight. If it did resonate, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. If you're interested in a private reading, again, my website is linked down below, blatherby.com. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 3 or the Tarot de Carlotydes with the Cathedral Quartz stone, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's see what message is coming through for you about this semester, about what you need to know or understand about what this semester has in store for you. So like I said, I got some channel messages for you while listening to the song that came through for you, and I will share them with you in just a moment. First, we're going to tap in. So for pile 3, we invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 3. We invite these energies to please communicate in the most effective and concise way possible, with comfort and ease for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the most accurate and helpful reading for everyone that chose pile 3 that we can. And again, we are looking for a message for pile 3 about what they can expect or what is in store for them this upcoming semester. Okay, so the messages that came through for you while I was listening to this song, the very first thing that came through is that you guys have a teacher, a guide, or a mentor, or a parent. Again, it's a general reading, so keep in mind that not everything will resonate 100%, or it may be slightly different from person to person, but you have a teacher, guide, and a mentor or a parent who is really proud of you. Like very proud of you. Like you've been killing it recently, you've been really on top of stuff, you've been really just doing a really good job, and they're really proud of you. One thing that was coming through as well is that one thing that you need to focus on, or one thing that's going to be an area of focus for you, is learning how to forge your own path or owning your authentic self instead of only listening to other people, but at the same time being able to listen to the wisdom of those who have come before you. So one thing that, or like one, perhaps focus, or something that you're being encouraged to just pay attention to is how to blend listening to other people, taking in wisdom and advice, but at the same time recognizing your own wisdom as the highest source of wisdom for you, if that makes sense. Like understanding that your highest self is like number one in terms of the hierarchy. And one thing that was coming through as well is that your life path, your mission, or your purpose may take you away from the path that's been forged by your parents, your guardians, or your ancestors, and that's okay. So that's one thing to understand. That's one thing that you may have to work with, or that's just one message that was coming through for you. One thing that was coming through too is that for those of you that picked this pile, you have received certain signs, messages, synchronicities a couple of times, but you are ignoring them or not paying attention. And because you're not paying attention to certain lessons that are coming up for you, you are repeating certain cycles that you do not want to be repeating anymore. And one message that's coming through is that it is not too late to change things. You always have choices. You always have options. It is never too late. But one thing that your guides do just want to emphasize is that you guys are, like, you get a lot of messages. Like, you guys that pick this pile, you get messages from your guides all the time. Again, the very first thing that came through about you guys was guides. Your guides are very much present for you, and they send you a lot of signs. They send you a lot of synchronicities, and they try to make lessons and cycles really clear for you. And it feels like there's something that you've been ignoring, or there's a message that's been coming up numerous times that you're kind of putting off or in denial about. And your guides are just saying the more that you do that, the longer you are putting off certain things. Like you're just making this take longer than it needs to take. Let me show you the cards that have come out so far. This deck is so pretty. This is the Temperance card. This is the Nine of Wands in reverse. Temperance is also in reverse. We have the Six of Wands. And we also have the Knight of Cups. Or sorry, this is the Page of Cups, I think. The Page of Cups. Oops. Let's see if I can get this. Oh no, a domino effect. Now they're all going down. It's like honestly kind of embarrassing how I can never get these to stay up here. Okay, there we I'm just going to go ahead and clarify. There were a couple of other messages coming through. Also, if you can hear my mom snoring in the background, I apologize. I'm living at home right now. I'm about to move. I'm so excited. I'm moving in 2 weeks. But I'm living at home with my mom in the time being, or in the time in between. And she works from home, so I can only really film at night. But she also snores so loudly, and she swears up and down that she doesn't snore, but she does. She's gonna kill me for saying that. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it on the microphone, but if you do hear it, I apologize. Okay, so I'm just gonna clarify these cards to help us understand the message that they're sharing about your upcoming semester, and I'll share with you the final thing that came through. Oh, it's that I was seeing you working really hard on a project that you're passionate about, or studying something really hard, like putting a lot of effort into something that is really special to you or something that really speaks to you. And the message that's coming through is that if you stick with this, you can be recognized. So you may be offered a leadership role, an award, a job. I'm just seeing you really find something that really speaks to you, or something that feels really special to you. And there's a reason that it feels special to you. There's a reason that it's calling to you. And if you pursue that, if you stick with it, it's going to be quite easy for you to find a job, or for opportunities to kind of unfold. Again, awards or scholarships. Like you're feeling called to this for a reason is kind of what's coming through. So I'm just going to clarify, why is the Temperance card in reverse in this reading? How does that help us understand the message that's coming through for pile 3? We have the 10 of Swords. Here is the 10 of Swords card. Clarifying the 9 of Wands in reverse. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. I'm not wearing my glasses, and I guess I'm more blind than I thought. Okay, why is the 6 of Wands in this reading? Why is the 6 of Wands in this reading? How does that help us understand the message that's coming through for you? Wow, you're joking. The Emperor, you guys, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited to share this message with you. Okay, and why is the Page of Cups in this reading? Why is the Page of Cups in this reading? Oops. Why is the Page of Cups here? How does that help us understand this message? We have the 4 of Cups. And the bottom of the deck is the 5 of Swords in reverse. Kind of a cool card. Okay, I'm just going to grab some cards for you from one more deck. This is the Celestial Bodies Oracle. I'm just going to grab a couple of cards for you. Again, we're just going to be seeing what the focus is going to be for you this semester, what's coming up as important for you, as special for you for this semester, what's like an area of focus for you. For everyone that picked pile 3, we have the 6th house. We have the Sun. We have the 2. Ooh, this is juicy. And the Stellium. Wow. Pile 3. Dang, you guys are gonna be busy this semester. Okay, here is the 6th house card. Here is the Sun card. Here is the 2. And here is the Stellium card. Okay, let me take a look at the cards. Like I said, I'm kind of blind, so I have to get close. Okay, right away, very first thing that I'm seeing, 6 of Wands and the Emperor, the Stellium, the 6th house, Sun. You can ignore the fact that I just lisped when I said house. You guys are being recognized. You guys are so talented. Those of you that picked this pile, oh my god, you guys are so good at what you do. You guys are so intelligent, and you guys have an insane work ethic. You guys are able to do things that are insane. And the thing that's coming through too is that you guys are able to do this almost effortlessly. Like, you guys are able to do what other people in your field would consider to be almost like a superhuman amount of work, or you're able to have these incredible ideas, but you don't have to put that much time and effort into it, is the thing. It's like it just comes to you naturally, and that's because this is your life purpose. Like I was saying, this semester, I'm just seeing you find something that is really special to you, something that really means a lot to you, and something that it's like, it feels like it's your life purpose at this point in your life. With the sixth house and the sun, some of you may have purposes or missions in other areas as well, but it feels like those of you that pick this pile, it's important for you to do something in your career. Like you guys are going to be doing something really important on a collective level that's affecting institutions and structures and people on a level that goes much further just beyond you. And it feels like this semester you're learning how to do that. And I feel like you guys may be listening to that and being like, I have no idea if that's true. But again, you guys are so talented. You're so creative. You're so intelligent, and you have so many talents. And this semester, you're going to be able to start putting together everything. It's like, you guys, I think, have a lot of interest. I think you guys have a lot of kind of eccentric or quirky things about you. Like you may have some kind of quirky or random interests. But you guys are going to be able to find a way to merge that in a really creative, unique way that is going to be really innovative and bring about a lot of changes in your industry. And this semester, you're going to start figuring out how that works for you. And one thing that your guides want you to understand is that you don't have to work that hard at it. Like you don't have to listen to that message or hear that and think, okay, how am I going to do that? Like, what do I have to do to make that happen? This is your life purpose. You came here to do this. You already know how to do this. You know what I mean? This is not going to be challenging for you. You are going to have some of your best ideas while you're just sitting on the couch, hanging out, not doing anything important. You know what I mean? You don't need to put a lot of effort into things because this is just who you are. Things that other people would really struggle with, it just is going to come naturally to you because that is part of your purpose. That's part of why you're here. And those of you that chose this pile, 100% you have intuitive abilities. Those of you that chose this pile, you are tapped into a higher source and you have intuitive abilities. Again, this is a general reading, so it may manifest differently for different people, but you guys are intuitive, and it feels like you are able to use that in terms of your work. So for example, you may be able to go into kind of a flow state or almost like a trance state. It's like you're channeling your higher self almost. Like you guys are able to use your intuitive abilities in terms of work, and you guys do that very naturally. Again, you may not necessarily have an intuitive job. Like you may be doing something in finance or science. I'm seeing biology, especially for some of you, medicine. Like you may be doing something that is not necessarily intuitive or not normally thought of as intuitive, but you are able to use your natural intuitive abilities to help you in that field and to really give you an edge over other people, because that's what you're meant to do. You know, it all just flows. When you find your purpose, when you find why you're here, everything just kind of flows. And this semester is you really finding your purpose. It's you really figuring out how things are going to flow for you, getting back in touch with yourself, and just seeing things kind of come together effortlessly and naturally for you, because that's how it's meant to happen for you. I'm seeing you working quite hard this semester. I'm seeing you putting a lot of effort into things, whether that means that you're studying quite a bit or spending a lot of time in a lab or just spending a lot of time working on homework, doing things. I am seeing you spending a lot of time at work this semester. One thing that is coming up is that some of you that chose this pile may not be super in touch with your emotions. I know that's a very that's a very rapid switch from you guys are so intelligent. Now let's talk about how you're not super tied into your emotions sometimes. But that's one thing that's coming through with the Temperance card in reverse and the Ten of Swords, is that sometimes you guys are a little bit disconnected from your emotions, and you're also disconnected from certain parts of yourself. And that's not beneficial for you. One thing that I have learned, the more that I have studied intuition and tried to develop my own intuition, is that emotions are emotions are feelings. What am I saying? Emotions are like really all that they are pieces of information. Some of us see, because our society is really conditioned to see certain emotions as negative or scary or bad or, whatever it may be. And so certain emotions are really like, there's a lot of stigma around them, but emotions are not the enemy. There's nothing wrong with them. Again, like really all that they are is they're giving us information. And the more that we are aware of our emotions, the more that we're not just repressing things and stuffing things down and pretending like things don't bother us when they really do. For those of you that pick this pile, I feel like some of you may have kind of addictive personalities at times, and it feels like you especially are using work to cover up certain things that are not working for you. So I feel like some of you have some things that have hurt you very deeply and you don't like to focus on that. And so to avoid that or to not think about that, you spend a lot of time at work. And your guides want you to understand that that is, in some ways, that's a gift that you've been given because you now have these almost like superhuman abilities. Like you're almost superhumanly good at your job, but your guides want you to understand that you are more than just your job. You're a multidimensional person with a lot of different experiences. And one thing that's coming up for you this semester is going to be the opportunity to tap into that side of yourself and start to heal with comfort and ease. One thing that your guides want you to understand is that this process is going to happen at your own pace. You don't have to rush anything. You don't have to accelerate anything. You don't have to jump in and spend all of your time focusing on healing, but that is going to be a journey that starts for you this semester, is healing, is getting back in touch with yourself. Because one thing that's coming through is that you guys are such incredible people. You have such bright lights. Again, you guys are so intelligent. You're so fun. You're so funny. You have these cool interests. You guys are like, I would love to hang out with you guys. Anyone that picked this pile, I feel like we would get along really well. In fact, I feel like some of my friends or like people that I know in real life have picked this pile because I just am thinking of them. But one thing that's coming through is that you guys have been hurt before, especially it feels like in childhood with the Page of Cups. And as a response to being hurt, you have repressed certain emotions, you've repressed certain memories, and you've repressed certain parts of yourself. Again, it's a general reading, so everything won't resonate 100%. But maybe, for example, you had parents that were not supportive of the career path that you wanted to follow, so you limited yourself, or you followed your career path but you lost the support of your parents. Maybe there's so many different scenarios that it could be, but it feels like you have repressed certain emotions, you've repressed certain parts of yourself, or you haven't felt like it's been safe or that you have permission to express certain emotions or express certain parts of yourself. And there's a message coming through that some of those things that you have repressed or pushed down are painful. That's the reason why we repress a lot of things. It's because we don't want to deal with it. It's not fun. At the same time, you've repressed a lot of really good things about you. You've repressed a lot of your talents. You've repressed a lot of the things that make you uniquely and beautifully you. That sounds so corny, but it's true. And one thing that your guides want to say is that as you heal, there are going to be some painful moments. There's going to be some memories that come up that are not fun to re-experience. But there's also going to be a lot of really beautiful memories that come up. A lot of things like, oh my God, I totally forgot about that, but that was actually such a great thing. Or, oh my God, yeah, I actually do love to, sing, or I'm actually really good at dancing. I totally forgot about that. And I feel like as well, the more that you guys do this work, the more that you're also going to recognize the intuitive abilities that you have naturally, because again, you guys are intuitive people, and I feel like in childhood you had more of a connection to your intuitive abilities. This came through kind of in pile 1 as well, but I feel like the more that you get in touch with yourself and you go along this healing journey, the more that you're naturally going to be increasing and improving your intuitive abilities, which is also going to be increasing and improving your work ability and bringing you more opportunities, bringing you more recognition, and giving you these kinds of like insane insights that come while you're just eating cereal at breakfast. You know, you're just going to be like, oh my God, it all makes sense. It all lines up. So you doing this healing work is actually going to be really beneficial. Like the more that you get in touch with your emotions, as weird as it sounds, the more that your work is going to flow smoothly, the more that your relationships are going to flow smoothly, the more that you're going to be able to bring the type of life that you want to actually to you. And so one thing that's coming up for you this semester is giving you the opportunity to start identifying where some of your blocks are, to start releasing some of these repressed emotions that are ready to be released and ready to be transmuted into something positive. One thing that's coming up, or one thing that's coming through, is that those of you that pick this pile may find energy work really helpful or supportive. I am going to start doing energy work videos on my channel, which I'm really excited about. I've wanted to do them literally for over a year. I got certified in energy healing last summer, and I've had like imposter syndrome, so I haven't done it, but I am gonna do it because I'm excited to do it. So you can stay tuned for those videos, or you can find someone that does energy healing in your area, or just find someone that speaks to you. But those of you that pick this pile may find that really supportive and really helpful. I was always kind of skeptical about it, even though I am certified in it. I was always, I don't know, just kind of on the fence, but I found it to be incredibly helpful for me. Not to like speak about myself too much, but I just feel compelled to share that I have been diagnosed with PTSD, and so I've done a lot of work on trauma, and I found that trauma exists. I found, like, I did not make that up. I did not come up with that myself. I read that. I've found, like, in research and in therapy, that trauma exists on a mind, body, and spirit level, and energy work treats the spirit level, and that can be really, really helpful. And they all interact with each other. So as you heal the spirit, that's going to naturally heal the mind and heal the body. But you can't just focus on energy work. You know, you have to like focus on the body and the mind and traditional medicine and, you know, therapy and things like that as well. But anyway, sorry for that weird little tangent. I don't know why I felt compelled to share that, but maybe that was helpful to someone. One thing that's coming through as well is that you guys are getting repeated messages that you're ignoring, especially about a romantic relationship, or especially about your feelings in some capacity. And the more that you ignore this message, the longer that you are putting off a huge blessing. There's not more information coming through about that, but you guys are getting the same message over and over again, and you're not listening to it. And your guides are saying the only person that you're hurting by doing that is yourself. The longer that you put off this message and the longer that you don't accept it, the longer that you are putting off a huge blessing, and the longer that you're not accepting something really exciting into your life. One thing that's coming up as well is that you may have some miscommunications or misunderstandings this semester. Don't take them personally. They're not personal. I think it's going to be a collective thing that the next coming months are going to be a little bit challenging, or they might just bring up some triggers, or they're just not going to be, the most fun. So one thing that's coming up is just to be aware that there may be some misunderstandings, there may be some miscommunication. It may be a good idea to just really be aware of that. So really like choose your words carefully, things like that. But also, if there is a misunderstanding or miscommunication, don't take it personally as much as you can, and just move forward as much as you can. That's one message that's coming through. And again, this is going to be a huge semester for you in figuring out who you are, what you want to do, blocks that you have that may be preventing you from doing that, how to start clearing them, how to start moving forward. And the universe is trying to give you a huge blessing in terms of your relationships. The universe is giving you a blessing in love, in relationships, in matters of the heart. And the longer that you ignore this message that's coming through, the longer that you are going to be living life without this blessing that the universe wants to give you. So that's just one thing to think about. Don't let this beautiful opportunity pass you by. So that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose pile number 3. I hope that was helpful or provided clarity or insight. If it did resonate, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Again, if you're interested in a private reading, that information will be linked down below. Thank you again for watching and have a great day.